Day 2 of the UK lockdown, and as you can see, it's absolute hell. This is my allocated fitness walk, allocated time, so I don't go ring the Thought Police. And I'm actually walking Champ the Wonder Dog, if I can get him in. Yeah, there he is. I'm taking him for a walk. He has 2 walks a day, so he's a real rebel. And it's occurred to me this morning that everything that's going on, most of it is driven by fear. And whatever the reason for the things that we're doing at the moment, the lockdowns, the precautions that we're taking, the social distancing, it's playing on everybody's fear. And most of the things that we're seeing, either in the media or propagated by the media, and on social networking, and people really just losing it a little bit, and it is all down to fear. And fear is a funny thing, because quite often the fear is worse than the actual thing that we've got the fear about. And I'm not saying for one minute that there isn't a need to be fearful of what's going on. For people who are experiencing it and going through the middle of it, then obviously it's very real. But as you can see from this situation, you could look at this and think that there's absolutely nothing going on. But there's still a fear. Even though there's no evidence of it here, the fear is still very real. And quite often it's the fear that drives people to act in the way that they do. And we're seeing it all the time. People being really nasty to each other on Facebook. Panic all the time, so much negativity. And that's what drives it. So what we really need to do is just take a step back from it. Easier said than done in a lot of situations, especially if you are in the centre of something that's going badly wrong. And just think to ourselves, is my reaction going to be based on fear or reasonable thinking? Because we can only control our response to things. We can't control a pandemic. We can't control the government's actions. What we can do is control our own actions. What I have noticed today on Facebook is a couple of posts that are actually talking about ways of de-stressing. And that's probably the first positive things that I've seen today. Instead of all the negativity and calling people stupid for not staying at home, well, some people can't stay at home. And I know already of cases where single women have been walking on the street on their own, and cars have pulled up at the side of them and given them a load of abuse for daring to walk on their own when there's a curfew. One of them was actually a critical worker, and carried on the rest of the journey to work in tears. So we just have to think about what we're thinking, what we're saying, what we're doing. And once we take that fear away, then we'll all be better people. Anyway, the dog's just pooed. I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to crack on with my walk.